Let's just go inside.
It's a gut feeling, man. Gut feeling.
Entering the brick vaulted passage, you see that it's 30 feet wide and 30 feet tall at its apex. It is dimly lit by copper lanterns, and they shed a eerie green light.
Are these oxidized copper?
They are.
They've been here for a while.
The lanterns are, you only come across one every 100 feet or so.
Well, I have low light vision, so I don't care.
Do you know what low light vision is?
No, but if it's anything from 3rd edition, it's awesome.
It's not. The lanterns are socketed into the brick walls. As I presume you guys begin traveling down this passage.
Yep.
Periodically you come across a demon statue also set into the wall, each of them over 10 feet tall. So they seem to stand watch along the corridor's length.
I really hope we don't have to fight 10-foot tall demon statues.
I hope we do. Demon statues are easy to destroy. They don't hit back.
Actually, they're kind of hard to destroy. Have you ever tried attacking a demon statue and just destroying it?
Not to mention, we got hit by a statue in the last adventure. Or wreckage did.
Yeah, I don't like statues. They killed Zook. They drowned him.
So you follow the path downward and downward. It's steadily sloping, and you follow it over many switchbacks.
Can I make like an arcane check on these statues or something?
You absolutely can make an Arcana check.
Wait, Nick, do you have a higher Arcana? Who has highest Arcana? Let's all make an Arcana check. I roll an 11.
Is anyone else going to bother to make an Arcana check?
Nope.
I get a 13.
So Winter and Rect put their heads together and come up with nothing.
Stupid dwarf.
Actually, Coltane's
Eventually
more
you
curious
start
about
to
the,
find...
the lights, but not that curious.
You eventually start to find branching corridors, smaller than this large 30-foot tunnel, but they're not illuminated. And as you continue heading down for maybe about half a mile, you've passed about over 70 of these demon statues now. And just as you're starting to wonder whether you're lost or you should have turned into one of those passages, or if this is going to go on forever, you encounter a side passage that is illuminated, and in fact you can hear muffled voices.
What do the voices say?
CJ,
Yep.
can I try to make a knowledge religion check on the statues instead?
You absolutely can.
And Coltane tells Winter he should scout ahead.
I make a knowledge religion check and roll a 17.
So you recognize some descriptions of demons based on what you're seeing and what you've possibly read about demons or learned about demons. You do recognize some similar features and think you can maybe even name a couple of the demons, but you don't think there's anything particularly noteworthy here. You don't remember anything about these statues or demon statues coming to life or anything of that matter.
That's good.
CJ could basically say that the statues are not going to attack us, and I would still be scared that the statues are going to attack us.
He only rolled a 17.
Can I make a knowledge dungeoneering check?
Honestly,
I don't think
I'd be more
Dungeoneering's going to
worried
play.
if they were weeping angels.
Dang.
Yes, weeping angels are terrifying. Is Winter going forward to investigate? I heard mumblings about that.
Yeah. Well, I'll do a perception check first to see if I can hear what they're saying. Is that right?
You'll have to go a little bit down the corridor. From here, things are just muffled and echoey.
Okay, guys, I'm going to stealth down the corridor. If you don't hear from me in 5 minutes, find my cousin.
Actually, if we don't hear you, then that means you're stealthing quite well.
If I'm not back in 5 minutes, GTFO. I make a stealth check of 6.
So Winter begins slinking down the passage, but stubs his toe on one of the bricks and can't help himself from yelping aloud.
Wrecked
Uh,
face palms himself.
Coltane just sighs and says, "Alright, let's go with him."
I'm so ashamed.
So, together the Drogans don't slink down the corridor, but just march down the corridor. Fortunately, there seems to be no alteration in the volume or consistency of the sounds coming from what appears to be a room, a closed door. And beyond that closed door, you can hear coarse laughter and guttural sounds, and you make out one voice speaking in common that says, "You're ours now, Halfling. We'll easily get 10 gold for you." And then another voice responding, "That's a shame, 'cause I'm worth 20. I'll buy myself if you let me go."
Oh, we recognize that voice.
Let's keep going.
You
Coltane
recognize
looks at
that
the
voice?
others.
It's a leprechaun.
Yeah, it's the Lucky Charms guy, right?
I was gonna say that.
In any case, Coltane looks at his companions and says, "Sounds like we've found our first den of slavers. Are you ready for this?"
Is there like a keyhole I can spy through?
Let's slit their throats.
Alright, so what we need to do is for everyone to simultaneously attempt to kick the door.
Shouldn't
Just light it on fire.
We get in there and they're all just dead and they're suffocated. Well,
D.
it's like
Uh,
5 dead slavers, 1 dead innocent. That's not bad odds.
yeah, we need to add more to that pile we had at Winter Haven.
Now, we never said we'd bring them back alive. We just said we'd rescue them.
Exactly.
You know, what's funny is, putting it into perspective, 10 gold to buy a slave? Wow, that's pretty cheap. I mean, that
Yeah,
rope,
Consider-
silk
yeah,
rope
my
is
rope.
10 GP.
I'll trade you my rope for a slave.
How
A
about
10
I'll
is
trade you
10
this-
GP.
I'll trade you this potion for 5 slaves.
So we could just buy all these people back.
Yeah, we don't need to make enemies.
That's brilliant. Let's do that thing that people could always talk about doing. We won't fight. We'll just do it the diplomatic way. We'll just pay them.
And then kill them in their sleep.
Well, no, CJ will be like, well, they need to fight, so they see that you've got a lot of money and they attack you.
Why do you need to fight?
Because it's a game. In games, you fight.
Alright, so how about this? How about Coltane knocks on the door and politely asks if they can buy the slave? You guys vote on this. Either we kick the door down and go in guns blazing, or we just try to buy him. What's the vote?
You knock on the door and you say, "Excuse me, I'm looking to buy some halflings." And then when they open the door, you kick them in the face.
I got a better idea. I say we knock on the door, and then we say that we're selling Scouts chocolates.
Oh, they always
Then we
have.
knock into the.
Scouts don't sell chocolates. Girl guide
Are you
cookies,
thinking
man.
like Girl
Guide
Guides?
cookies.
Because when I was a scout, the only thing we ever sold was like batteries for people's smoke detectors, and that was not really popular.
Okay, this is the door?
That's a
Or
corridor.
double door, rather. I put you guys like that, but set up your marching order however you'd like to have it.
Coltane's
Yeah, I
fine.
pretty much. What the hell?
As usual, Winter's on top of the only female.
Not anymore.
Shouldn't Rex be where Sorrow is?
Rect is not a melee character.
Yeah.
He in fact has just as the same amount of hit points, the same AC, but lower defenses.
Wait, so his Dwarven chainmail armor +1 just evens out the cloth armor robes.
I am that awesome.
Rex, you're fired.
Alright, that's it. I'm not healing Wintier.
Oh, and I make sure my bow's...
Had you guys settled on a plan?
Kick it down, kick it down, kill them all.
Yeah, so I have to get. Coltane has this hurried, whispered conversation. What should we do? Pay for the slave, kill all the slavers, or tell them we want to pay for the slave and then attack them and kill them?
Rect says, it would seem odd if a group of people just randomly walked in to buy slaves.
So you want to just kick kick the door down?
Perhaps knock and let them open it, and then we'll surprise them.
Alright. Sounds good. Ready yourselves.
So far, you've heard no indication that they are aware of your presence.
Oh, CJ, I asked before, like, was it possible to peek through the door?
Sure. With the right perception check, well, I guess your perception check will determine how much you can see.
I get a total of 22.
So you catch a sliver of a hobgoblin, armored, not presently wielding a weapon, but he has scale armor. He has a shield across his back and a flail at his side. And you see him roughhousing a halfling who has a split lip and a black eye.
Okay, guys, I can see a hobgoblin with a shield and a something and a scale armor. He's roughhousing up a little beaten up halfling.
Alright, here's the plan. I'm gonna knock on the door. When they open it, we rush in and start killing them, except for the halfling, okay?
Like I have to specify that.
Can I ready an action when he opens the door?
You absolutely can. Actually, no, you can't ready an action outside of combat.
Okay.
What? So it's like, even though we're expecting the door to be kicked down, we're not expecting the door to be kicked down.
Okay, so Coltane readies his weapon, but then he knocks on the door, and he calls out in Draconic to try and sound like a kobold or something. Something like, you know, hey, are you guys there?
Wait, so hold on. John, what was it that you wanted to do? Ready an action to just throw a fireball without any regard for what's in there?
Yes.
So Doug, do you want me to change my ruling to make it so that he possibly kills the halfling?
Kinda. I want to have a twin strike, Red.
No, they open the door, the first thing everyone sees is a halfling. He gets a fireball and 2 arrows in the face.
Let's just do it the old-fashioned way. Go on with your Durka, Nick.
Okay, so Coltane does what exactly?
He's gonna knock on the door, and he'll speak first in Draconic and say, like, hey, you guys, we're here, and then he'll switch to Common and do the same thing. And, yeah.
Okay, so he knocks on the door and immediately speaks in Draconic?
Yeah.
I think we should just kick the door down.
Coltane has done it. So, right after the knock, everything quiets down inside, and after Coltane speaks in Draconic, you hear some exchange whispers of, what the hell's did he say? And someone bark an order, ready up and answer that door.
See, they're readied up.
You hear chairs moving around, you hear the sound of people standing up, weapons being drawn.
Let's just run away. Wait, so they're allowed to ready there?
No, they're not readying an action, they're doing stuff. If you want to be doing stuff right now, you certainly can.
Let's kick down the door, right now.
Because I was just basing myself on the plan you had established, which was wait for them to answer the door, and then open fire.
Let's not give them time to set up. Kick it down, kick it down.
Okay. So
Kick it down.
Coltane changes his mind and attempts to kick down the door.
Roll it.
I rolled a 20 for a total of 26.
Your foot gets stuck in the hole.
Coltane kicks one of the two doors directly off its hinges and onto the floor, while the other one just flies open. Within, you see four hobgoblin soldiers rallying their shields and weapons. You see the beat-up halfling, and behind the halfling you see some form of hobgoblin spellcaster wielding a quarterstaff and wearing robes. Roll initiative.
Don't forget my bonus.
How much is your bonus again?
+2.
What the hell? Well, Rect is obviously the slowest and rolls a total of 8.
Coltane rolls a total of 22.
Winter rolls a total of 22.
Sorrow rolls a total of 22.
Alright, so Wintier will go
22
first, then
too?
Sorrow, then Coltane, going in order of best initiative bonus. But
So I'm going
before
right
all
now.
of you, nope. In fact, round one of the hobgoblins was a tad faster than you, Wintier.
So I was busy complaining it was a dumb plan.
One hobgoblin draws his shield and then marches forward, holding up the shield defensively. Wintier.
I can't hit the shaman dude without risking the hobgoblin, the halfling, right?
There are about 3 people in your way. You can definitely try to hit the warcaster.
Yeah, no, let's focus on the matter at hand, I guess, and mark my quarry, being the closest goblin soldier. And let's do a twin strike. 1 arrow at the quarry and 1 at the hobgoblin behind him.
Alright, but you'll suffer a penalty for that one because this guy's giving him cover.
Unless I kill the first one first.
That's true.
Alright, here we go. First is a total of 23 versus AC, hit for 10 damage. Second attack is 26 versus AC, hit for 7 damage.
The first hobgoblin who had his shield readied blocks the arrow, but the second is struck. He grunts in pain and surprise. Sorrow.
Alright, I'm going to move up.
Oh my god. So we're
Melee
moving into
mage style.
melee.
Like, use my burning hands ability.
Is that gonna provoke? Actually, it might not if it's a close blast. Is it a close
close
power?
blast. Yeah, close blast. It is indeed a close power. Are you checking if it provokes or?
No, it doesn't provoke.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna use that. I believe it hits all 4.
It's blast what?
5.
1, 2,
Wow.
3, 4, 5. Yep.
Oh.
Excellent. You'll be hitting
Holy-
all 4 of the soldiers and burning other stuff in the room.
Well, naturally, it's gonna be the closest one is the first target, and each one, like 1, 2.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't fumble.
You had to say it.
You
Let's go
big
burn
jerk.
down a mountain.
Oh, okay. All versus reflex. That's pretty bad, actually. 10 versus 10 for the first guy, 15 for the second guy, 28, which is a critical for the third guy, and a 10 for the last guy. My
But you
dice
got
did not
one.
miss me. I got one. Yes, I did.
In fact, that is correct, as 3 out of the 4 hobgoblins managed to dodge the worst of the fire, while one stands there all derp-a-herp and is completely singed. In fact, all of his exposed hair is completely singed off. He's not terribly wounded, but he's definitely pissed off. And you've also managed to set fire to a nearby table, so
What
good
about these
job
barrels?
redecorating. If you wanted to, I was assuming you were doing it like that, but yeah, sure, those are on fire too if you want them to be.
Yes, I do want them.
So this is on fire, these barrels to the east are on fire, this weapon rack, I'm guessing, some form of wooden structure here to the west is on fire, the table and whatever papers were on it burning up, as well as the stools or chairs.
I just want to point out to the audience that 2 of those rolls, I got 2 2s. Yep. I got 2 2s out of that. Not a 1.
At least you
but
didn't fumble.
2 2s. Yes, that's very true.
You see what happens
And
when
you
I
got a
call out
crit.
the fumble? You get a crit instead.
Wait,
Yeah, I
wait,
know.
wait.
But come on.
You could join the ballet because of the tutus.
And that'll be the end of my turn. And I laugh evilly as everything starts, burning.
So Sorrow, ending your turn after having provoked and angered these hobgoblins and being the only one in the room and in melee with one of the hobgoblins. Coltane.
I'd say close the doors and run, but we can't because they kicked it off its hinges.
He can close one door.
So Coltane rushes into the room until he's adjacent to Sorrow as he yells, "Die, slavers!" And he furiously smashes the defending hobgoblin soldier. And, ooh, that's a critical. 26 versus fortitude. It only does 4 damage. Yep.
Oh, what a... Aw, that's a shame.
Because because I'm using the thing that only does 4 damage always.
Coltane thwacks the hobgoblin soldier like swatting a dog on the nose with a rolled up newspaper. Who are you giving it to? Attack bonus?
I'll give it to, Wrecked, since he's up next.
No, don't give it to me.
Okay, I won't give it to Wrecked. I'll give it to Wintier. Wintier.
Oh, what?
Actually, you can't.
Wait, never mind. I have to choose an ally adjacent to either me or the target. So it's going
like
to
it's
be
Sorrow.
Sorrow. Ah, now I remember why I never used that ability.
Because you never want to give Wreckage a bonus.
Well, he was never adjacent to any enemies.
Zing!
I resent that.